What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. It is your main man, Booster Rails, and I got a good one for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about and showing you how to use a motorcycle battery tender. It's that time of year for a lot of folks in the country, especially the Midwest and up north, to some people choose to put their bikes away for the winter, or maintain them during that winter period because they're not going to be riding them as much. So what I'm going to do is show you guys the battery tender that I use and how to put it on the bike, how to install it. So we have the 2025 Gixxer 750 here, and over there we have the 2024 Suzuki Hayabusa Anniversary Edition. Now, what I do, I don't have two battery tenders. So not easy, but the way I do it, I just rotate them. So I don't need to buy two, because if you take a battery tender off of your bike for 2-3 days and the battery goes dead, there's something wrong with that battery. So I'll float them between both of the bikes. So I'll let it stay on one for maybe 3 or 4 days, and then I'll switch it and put it on the booster for 3 or 4 days and maintain it throughout that process. The good thing about being in North Carolina is a lot of times we get very rideable, so to speak, days during the wintertime. With my thing is, as long as it's not below 40 degrees, I'll get out there and ride. So to make sure that my bike stays up more, because I'm not the type, now I know some of you are, I'm not the type to just let my bike idle in the garage and think that that's doing the job. I've done my research over the 24 plus years, going on 25 years of riding, and that's, from my experience, not the best way to do it. So we're gonna dive into the battery tender over here that I have. And this battery tender is made by Schumacher. It is model SP-1297, just in case you want to get this same one. So this battery tender, it works for lead acid batteries as well as lithium ion batteries, depending on which one you have. So it's always good to have something that's versatile. So with this one, it's gonna, when I hook it up to the bike, if it notices that the amperage is below where it needs to be on that battery, it'll automatically start charging. Now, if it's where it needs to be and it's good, it's just gonna jump into a maintain mode, and it'll let you know what it's doing actually, on the screen there at the time. On the back, you got this pretty little cool hook, just in case you want to hang it on the wall or something. It's your preference. But it's pretty simple. You have, of course, your power cord right here. And then on this side, you have this little pigtail type thing right now. What goes into this is this attachment that comes with it as well. Okay, because these two are going to go on your battery, and this is going to plug into the other end of the pigtail. So to show you real quick, all you do is take the male and female ends, which each side has a male and female. So you just put them together, and you just plug them in like that, and then these two ends go on your battery. So it's really simple to use. I'm always the advocate of better to have it not needed than need and not have it. So it's better to put it on the bike. And like I said, it's not a trickle charger. There's a big difference, okay? Well, not a big, but a main difference. A trickle charger is gonna trickle power constantly. Even if that battery is full, it's gonna still do that. And that could cause your battery to overheat and burn up from the inside out. So with a trickle charger, you gotta monitor it and see when the battery is full, and then take it off and put it on. So instead of doing a trickle charger, just get you a battery tender. So we are going to go over here and get on the bike. Well, I'm not going to get on the bike, but we're going to go over here to the 750, and I'm going to show you how I hook this up. And a cool little thing, cool little tip before we get started, is this end that I put the little pigtail thing on. Like this pigtail, you can disconnect this from the actual tender, and you can tuck it into the area where your battery is, and then when you need to charge it, you can just pull this out, and you don't have to every time go and unloosen the battery, put this on, take it off. But since I'll be going between bikes, I will. But if you just have one bike, you can tuck this in where your battery is, and when you need to put it on the charger, just pull the little pigtail in out, put it on there. So let me go ahead and get you guys set up over here on the side of the bike so you can see exactly what I'm doing in hooking up this battery tender by Schumacher. So on the 750, it's not like the Hayabusa, because if you look on the Hayabusa, you can see these are the bolts to take your seat off. But if you look over here on the 750, you don't see those bolts. So what you have to do, this carbon fiber piece right here, or carbon painted piece right here, you have to remove that in order to get access to your actual bolt right there. So we're gonna pull this off, and I had already had it off. I just wanted to show you guys. So you have this little, where is it at? That lip right there, it goes up in here, and then you have the Velcro pieces, 1, 2, and then you have that little knob that goes in there. So pull that one off. So let's go on to the other side, and you can actually see me do the one on this side. And you can watch me take this one off. So thing is, you want to get this little lip from under here first. Just take your time, and then just take your time and kind of run your fingers through and pull it off that Velcro, and then that last part in there, that pops right on out. So now we can go and take these bolts out. And of course, I like to use the tools that come with the bike in order to do maintenance on the bike if I can. So let me get the tool out the seat so we can go to work. Make sure them plastic parts are out the way before you get to walking around, because you don't want to step on those and then have to buy some more. So, okay, let's get back to it. Get the trusty old key. This out, get my little tool kit out of here. And so that way we can get the right Allen wrench. Got it the first try. So we're gonna get this side off first. So that's one of them off. And come around there to where you guys at. We're gonna get this one off. You know, this is the easy part. Come on out of there. All right, got that one out of there. So now we just lift the seat off, set that to the side, along with our tools, and now we got to get the battery cables off. So we can put the little pigtail on there. So let me get my trusty screwdriver. Oh, a little bit too tight for that. So I always keep a secondary option, ratchet. Got that side loose. And so once I get it loose with the ratchet, I'll come back with the screwdriver. And just go ahead and get these screws, get them loose enough. Because all you're gonna do is take those, we're gonna take these two ends of the pigtails. You see one is marked red for the hot and the other one is the ground. So we're gonna just lift the screws up. Let me bring y'all over here a little bit closer so you can see. Yeah, so we're gonna lift the screws up and we're gonna put one, the red one over here on positive, and then we're gonna do the ground over there. So it's just that simple. I can't do it with this in my hand, but maybe if I set the camera like this, y'all can see. Hold on. There we go. So let me go get my screwdriver though. Okay, so we're gonna do this pigtail right on this side. We just lift the screw out, put it through there, and put it back in. And screw it on back in there. And we do the same thing on the ground side. And
then once we get this in there, you know, she's essentially ready to work. And like I was saying, guys, instead of having to undo that every time when you want to take it off, you can just tuck this back here or tuck it up front there, and it'll always be in there. You could just whip that out to do it. So I'm gonna cover this positive terminal back up. And what I do with this is I find a way to route it through here. Let me put this cover back on because it got that metal exposed. Yeah, that metal, right? So just put that cover back on there. And I'm gonna route it through the bike so I can, let me show you. So I brought it through the bike down here. So if you can see, it comes out right here. So through there, down here. So now, when I got this situated, I'll go ahead and I'll put the seat back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat back on, then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna plug it in. All right, guys, so we got it buttoned all back up. It looks pretty good. Still got the seat up here. That's just because I got to put the tool back in there once I get done. But anyway, so that's all buttoned up. You see it's a clean look. It just hangs out right here. So we are going to battery tender. I like to let it sit on this little ledge I got right here. So what I recommend you doing is hooking up the pigtail first, okay? You're gonna hook this pigtail up first before you plug it into an outlet. So let me do that for you real quick. Like I said, real simple. Just plug it on in. And she's good to go to sit there. And we're gonna plug this into the wall. And once I plug it into the wall, got my outlet right there, you'll see how it comes on right here. Okay, so it says select battery, and you use this button right here, say battery, select battery type. So lead acid battery, that's what's in there. If it was a lithium ion, you'll press it again. See, press again for lithium ion. But it's on lead battery. Lead acid battery. So you just let it sit, and now it's solid green, 65% battery. So that means the battery was, of course, at 65%. So it's gonna charge. And then once it gets to a maintaining mode, it'll go from a solid to a pulsing green light, okay? To a pulsing green light. And you know, if you have any issues, it'll be flashing and it'll stop charging and stop doing anything. So it's charging. You just let it sit and it do its thing. That's it. That's simple, y'all. So shout out to Schumacher for making a great battery tender. And it's, like I said, really easy. All right, so it's just that simple on how to put it on the tender. And I don't have to monitor that tender. It'll do its job. When that battery gets up to 100%, it'll go into a maintain mode. Some people call it a float mode, but it maintains that battery level where it is. And if by chance that battery level dips a little bit, it'll charge it up again. So it's really easy. So like I said, I'll let it run on this bike for about 4 days, 3 or 4 days, and then I'll switch it to the booster and back and forth. Yeah, I could get another one. Well, hey, Schumacher, how about you send me a second one for the boost over there? But until then, you know what I mean? I'll just switch it every 4 days, probably 3 or 4 days, just to make sure both of them, you know, stay good. Because I think in a couple of days, it's supposed to be like 70. So I'm gonna be out there riding the booster 9 times out of 10. You know, Shay works a lot, so this bike don't get ridden as much. I try to get out there as much as I can, you know, so. But in the meantime, we just gotta make sure it's up on the stands, tank full of non-ethanol fuel right now, and it's got a battery tender on her. So she's ready to sit for an extended period of time if need be. So I'd rather be safe than sorry, you know what I mean? So guys, I just wanted to show you that, share that information with you real quick and show you how to put that battery tender on your motorcycle. Don't matter, sport bike, cruiser, you know, pretty much as long as you can access that battery, you can put that tender on there. So hope you learned something. If you did, you like the video, give me a cool thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you have any questions, definitely ask me down in the comments below. So until the next video, it's your main man, Booster Rails. I'm out of here. Peace.